Next up, at UFC Abu Dhabi, we have the main event of the evening. We have Cory Sandhagen taking on Umar Nurmagomedov. Cory Sandhagen, 17-4 in his career, 3-2 in his last 5. He is on a nice 3-fight win streak. He's taking on Umar Nurmagomedov, undefeated at 17-0 with 9 career
What if
stoppages.
we sing him happy birthday?
No, he just needs a couple nibbles. No, you're not doing that. Stop. I'll mute you. It's out of control. It's out of control. Cory Sandhagen, as we know, he's got that awkward in and out striking. He can be technical. He has some pretty crazy movement. He's long for this division. He's got good jiu-jitsu, good wrestling, all of the well-rounded skills.
We're going to get demonetized, I think.
Because of the dog?
Just freaking out in the background.
All right, I'll feed him while you're going. You go first. You go first, and I'll give him a nibble. You go first.
Okay. All right. Well,
Jesus.
Listen, guys. The way this is definitely an interesting fight. This is definitely a dynamic fight. I think this is going to be an exciting fight. 5 rounds, Abu Dhabi, Saturday night. Look for the live stream, right? We've been live 2 weeks in a row. We had a good live stream, UFC 304. We were there until 1 a.m. This one thankfully starts earlier. I think the main card starts like 1 or 2 Central Time. So we'll have that afternoon energy, and I can't wait for this main event. It should be a good one. Cory Sandhagen versus Umar Nurmagomedov, the cousin of Khabib. Khabib is going to be in the corner of Umar.
Continue. Stop.
Welcome back. I'm a cordial host. I stop. I let you, I stood up because you're a woman while you sat down. That's just what we do. Listen, to beat these Russians, these Dagestani Russians, in my opinion, what do you say? You have to wrestle the wrestler. You have to be able to counter-wrestle these guys to give them issues. You saw Volkanovski do that to Islam. You have to put these guys in uncomfortable positions because if they can just do what they want to do, they're going to do what they want to do, and they've all figured out how to strike well enough to be able to get to the wrestling, and especially Umar. I mean, he is a very, very high-level striker with those kicks. I believe that he can hang around on the feet with a guy like Cory Sandhagen who, is kind of a weird dynamic striker, but doesn't have a lot of pop to those shots. So I know that Umar was kind of sat down and people want to take that and be like, oh, Cory has these weird shots. I don't think he's got the power to kind of hurt a guy like Umar, to even damage a guy like Umar. And I don't think he's got the counter wrestling. I believe that he is going to be able to get taken down whenever Umar wants to get those takedowns. And I know he's a high-level jiu-jitsu guy, and he's long, and he's got this weird stuff, and he trains with my guy Ryan Hall. They're best friends. And I think that Cory Sandhagen, even for this camp, has been with Trevor Whitman for this fight. So you might think, oh, my God, his striking's BB. I don't think they're going to be boxing. Right? I mean, Umar doesn't really box people. I mean, he keeps people at range with those kicks, with whatever. So, yeah, you can be at Trevor Whitman and get those hands sharp, but you're probably not going to be boxing Umar. When you're in the range to box, you're going to be taken down. And you have to be able to counter wrestle. I mentioned the Volkanovski. Another example is Tim Elliott versus Tagir, right? Tagir also has kind of that kickboxing, but is a really good wrestler. And Tim Elliott really just took the wrestling to Tagir and was able to disrupt his whole game plan. Until you can counter wrestle these guys and put them in uncomfortable positions, I don't think you're going to beat them, especially against a guy like Umar who has so many ways to kind of win fights. It's probably going to be a decision, right? I know Cory's a dynamic guy. He's a tough guy, but I think Umar kind of styles here. I don't know what Cory has to offer. I think he's good enough to make it competitive to where you're like, he's hanging in there, but I just don't see him be able to win minutes and win rounds, and I don't think he's really a finisher in that right to be able to hurt Umar. So, I'm going Umar, and I played him as well.
I'm with you. Cory's the better fighter. I think he's the more well-rounded guy, but Umar is such a good wrestler and such a capable striker. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I think he'll get takedowns almost whenever he wants to. I also don't think he's going to be all in on the takedowns immediately. I think he's going to work his stand-up for a bit and then
he doesn't need takedowns.
Yeah. He did get dropped in his last fight, like bad. Dropped very, very bad. He was able to recover. He was able to win that fight, but that was against an unknown guy in Bektik Al-Haman.
And it showed that he didn't panic at all.
He did not panic at all. He worked through it. And if Cory had real power, then it'd be like, okay, we know that you can touch Umar. We know that he can be dropped. Because if Cory was the one who dropped him, I don't think he would recover. I think Cory, he's too capable everywhere to let Umar out of that situation. But Cory doesn't have that big one-punch knockout power. He does have an incredibly well-rounded skill set. He is insanely durable, but Umar is such a good, nonstop, busy wrestler. I think it's a pretty straightforward fight for Umar. I am surprised the round line is 3.5. I think I'm surprised. I'm surprised it's not 4.5 because I do think we get to, I think this is probably a decision. Cory's very tough. And people were like, oh, Aljamain submitted him. That was what? We're going to play that game again?
That was a weird kind of just real quick backpack and then arms under. And I don't think Umar's a real submission threat.
What? And we're going to play that game again? Didn't you guys just play that game with Bilal and Edwards? The first fight?
That was apples and apples.
Just play that game? Yeah.
This is apples and oranges.
That was a rematch. Yeah. So, and then somebody just commented, oh, he knocked out Hani Barcelos. Yeah, of course he did. He's got good. Hani Barcelos is 36 and he's lying about his age. So it's like, it is what it is.
And he's got that. I mean, he's got flying knees. He's a long guy. I'm sure he's going to be showing it everything and anything to Umar up the middle with those knees, with those uppercuts. I mean, he's a high level, high intelligence guy. And if Cory finds a way to win this fight, I'm not going to be crazy surprised. Like, I'm playing Umar, but I'm not like loading up on Umar because I do respect Cory. But Cory losing to Umar, even if he gets mauled, is like Umar kind of does that to everyone. So it's like, I mean, it's not, there's no real shame in it, but I'll be, I'll be rooting for Cory. I like Cory. He's my best friend's best friend, Ryan Hall. So.
I mean, somebody literally just commented, if Aljo can sub Cory, then so can Umar. Like that. I mean, that MMA math, listen, I think Umar wins, but I'm not going to, that's just, those are crazy. That logic implies nobody ever improves ever. How many years ago did Aljo submit Cory? Is that 5 years ago?
That's just such a basic argument. It's so stupid.
Nobody's ever improved in the history of time. And you didn't watch the submission. So I do think Umar wins here. Jakey Boy thinks Umar wins here, but we both fully understand how good Cory Sandhagen is. So it should be, this is a good main event. This is a very good main event. It matters very, very much for this division. Whoever wins this, we don't know what's going to happen in the Merab fight, but whoever wins this could potentially get a title shot, or certainly,
Umar said he was promised a title shot.
Makes sense what he's been doing, 17-0. And he does get finishes. He's not Muhammad Makayev, right? He gets finishes.
He's very opportunistic. I mean, he's a high IQ guy, right? If there's a finish opportunity, he's going to chase it. Otherwise, he understands the flow of a fight, right? He knows when to just kind of take his time. He knows, and I think against Cory, he's going to know this is a high level guy. He's not a cocky dude that's be like, oh, I'm going to come in and smoke Cory. He's going to take his time. He's going to do what he needs to do, and he's going to do what he needs to do to win rounds and win minutes.
There you go. Jake and I both on the same side. If you do want to check out the picks, the bets, the round line leans, the tools, WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member at the top to unlock all of it for an entire month. One of the things you can unlock is the data analyzer.
The electrician still there? Are you going to offer breakfast?
I may.
Who makes the breakfast in a relationship like that? Do you guys determine that ahead of time? Because usually it's the man if it's a man and a woman, but if you guys are doing that, then...
Okay. The Data Analyzer is the greatest research tool ever released. Not only does it have every data point you could ever want or need, you can stack filters. It updates a chart live. You can export that chart. You can click on the chart and then watch the video. You can watch the actual fight that you were just looking at the data points on. This is included in the premium membership. What's also included is the Prop Hunter. This is the tool we released 2 weeks ago. A curated set of data specifically to find prop bets. You're also going to get the line movement tracker. This is going to give you the opening odds, the current odds, the win probability, and the line movement for every fighter on every card. You're going to get the DraftKings Optimizer. This just won somebody $16,000. We've got
People
the ticket.
Loving your pitch right now. We need a little bit more energy, if you don't mind.
Previous slide.
There you go. Come on, hit him with it.
And the safety parlay, it did
Talk
miss
your shit with the safety parlay. Hit him with the... And the safety parlay was 12-4.
It did miss in the last pay-per-view, and we can thank a couple of short-notice weirdo fights for that. But the reality is, it is the beacon of stability. The reality is, we were on a nice little heater going into that last event, and it hits at a 70% event win rate, which is absolutely spectacular in this space. Everything I mentioned and so much more, $10 a month. WeWantPicks.com. Click Become a Member. And finally, you want 50, we'll send you 50. Use the affiliate links, WeWantPicks.com/bets. Sign up, make a deposit. We send you $50 as a thank you. Jacob, any words for the people before I shut this down, do the chapters, and take care of my house?
No, I appreciate all the support. Obviously, I've been getting a ton of love this week, and I do. Obviously, I know I played up for the videos and these type of videos as well. But honestly, from the bottom of my heart, I do appreciate it because I do get a lot of hate a lot of times with the lock of the week, and people expect it to be 100%. So I'm glad when it does hit for you guys, and you guys reciprocated that love. So there was a lot of people that tailed that. I always put the time in, and I do appreciate the everyone, all the comments and stuff on the videos saying that they tailed, and I won them some money, so I appreciate that. And the new Lock of the Week video is out already, so go check that out if you don't mind. And we'll see if we have some fun Thursday night for the chat, and then obviously the live stream Saturday. So
there we go. And Dr. Y with a last-minute $10 super chat saying, "Eat it, chat." So yeah, take that, chat, and we'll see you Thursday.